Okay, so in this example, what we're going to do is we're going to test horizon leveling and horizon lock. Now, the GoPro Hero 10 has what's called horizon leveling, and the GoPro Hero 11 has what's called horizon lock. So basically exactly what it says. With the GoPro Hero 10, when you move like that, it's going to level the horizon. The GoPro Hero 11 will lock it in place. So if you look as an example here while I'm recording myself, so if you watch the GoPro Hero 10 here on this side, as I turn it, once it gets to 45 degrees, it's going to jump out just like that. Okay, so it jumps out. Now if I continue on past the 45 degrees, the GoPro Hero 11 will stay in place. And as I turn it the whole way, it'll stay in place the whole way around. That's absolutely fantastic. So once again, gets to 45 degrees, boom, jumps out. You continue on around, then it's going to stay locked in place. I absolutely love that. Very similar to what the Max Lens mod does. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to smash that subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and I would be more than grateful if you'd help me on that journey. So please take a quick minute and hit that subscribe button. And if you get something from this video, don't forget also to hit that like button, and it's going to help the algorithm to push that out to other people. So let's get started. And this is an indoor audio test. So on the left hand side, we're going to play the audio from the GoPro Hero 11. Testing 1, 2, 3, how does that sound? And then on the right hand side, we're going to do a test on the GoPro Hero 10. Testing 1, 2, 3, how does this sound? Okay, so I've come down to my local park here, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start testing out the different resolutions and the different frame rates on the GoPro Hero 11 and the GoPro Hero 10. So let's take a look and see exactly what they look like. So the first thing I'm testing here is 5K at 25 frames per second. I'm not doing the 30 frames per second. I very rarely use that. So we're at 5.3K at 25 frames per second. The stabilization is set to boost in both of them. And what I have done for these tests is I do have the GoPro Hero 11 is set to 10-bit, and then the GoPro Hero 10 is at the 11-bit, and the GoPro Hero 10 is at 8-bit. Now, so that everything is equal as well, what I have done is I've put them both in the natural setting instead of flat. I'm not actually going to grade these. So this is mostly going to be looking at dynamic range and stability and stuff like that. And next up we have 5K at 50 frames per second, and I'm just at a brisk walk at the moment. So the Hypersmooth should be on board of them, but like I said, we're at 5K and this is 50 frames per second. So if this was a vlogging situation that I was using, basically what I've set to see and take a look at the whole of them to see this new sensor that the GoPro Hero 11 has. So on the GoPro Hero 10, what I'm basically running at the moment is a 4:3 ratio, and on the GoPro 11 we're now going to have a look and see what that 8:7 ratio is going to be like. So we're at a 5K again. We're also going to test the sound on both of them. This is the sound on the GoPro Hero 10, and this is the sound on the GoPro Hero 11. So like I said, this would be my vlogging scenario where I'm not actually using a microphone. So the crop, now the 8:7 crop in the GoPro Hero 11, which will come in very handy. So basically we can do that crop for Instagram, or we can have the crop, basically the 16.9. So it's 4:3. So this is the widest that we can actually be on the GoPro Hero 11, which should be wider and give us a lot more room to work with than the GoPro Hero 10. And also, let's see how good the stability is on this. Now I'm going to do a test to see how stable that the GoPro Hero 11 is, and the 10 as well. So we'll do a comparison of the both. So I have them set up, and basically what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the camera and start running, and then we'll see how stable they actually are. So this is just a jog. So this is me running. I'm at a run right now. And which one do you think is the more stable? GoPro Hero 11, GoPro Hero 10. Now that's the auto boost that you have in the GoPro Hero 11. So with the auto boost there's not as much cropping, because like I said, it's using that whole sensor. So as you see there, it's a lot more cropped in the GoPro Hero 10. So that's cropping in a lot more in order to stabilize that footage, and you don't have that with the 11, which I think is a huge benefit, definitely. Now the thing about that is the GoPro Hero 11 is going to use that complete sensor to stable everything as you run. So as the camera is moving, it's going to try and stabilize it as much as possible using that much better sensor that's in the GoPro Hero 11. Okay, so both cameras right now are on a 4K at a 4:3 aspect ratio, both on wide and 50 frames per second. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to walk down here towards the bridge, and let's take a look and see what it's actually like for taking photographs. So from what I understand, the 27 megapixel camera in the GoPro Hero 11 should be a lot better. So we're going to test them out, come down here, take 1 or 2 photographs and see how that looks. This time I have both cameras on 5.3K at 50 frames per second, and they're both on wide. So I just want to film the bridge along here and just actually see what that looks like. So we'll take a look at that. Now one of the things I'm trying to do right now is just take a video of the sky, because we have a helicopter going up ahead. For the most part you should not see in the GoPro 11, because of that 1 billion colors. It should be a better option. You're not going to see banding in the sky. And it should have a much better dynamic range also. Now we have some clouds in the sky, so let's see if we can do just a very quick time lapse, and I want to see how both of them actually compare. We have the clouds just moving across the sky, so I'm going to set it up and do a quick time lapse on both with exactly the same settings and see if there's any difference. So the GoPro Hero 11 is on 4K 50, but it's on Hyperview, and the GoPro Hero 10 is on 4K 50 and it's just in Superview. So let's see what that looks like. See by my shadow there, that's a lot more of my shadow showing up on the GoPro Hero 11. Straight into the sun, see how that dynamic range is. Looks like it's a bit better on the GoPro Hero 11. Okay, so hopefully folks you got something from that. The similarities between the 11 and the 10, there is a lot. The 11 is very similar to the 10, but hopefully you got something out of that anyway. For me, I guess the 10-bit and the 8.7 new ratio were the selling points really for me. That's why I said I'd upgrade it, you know. So for anybody that's buying, you know, a new GoPro that's coming maybe from, you know, the 7, 8, something like that, to come up to the 11, then I think it's worth it. But if you're coming from the 10 up to the 11, you know, I guess you gotta have a look yourself and see, is it worth that, you know. So hopefully you got something from this anyway. So like I said before, folks, if you haven't been subscribed to the channel, then please take a quick second just to hit that subscribe button, and also hit that like button as well. I really appreciate that. So have an absolutely wonderful day, folks, and I'll see you all again in the next video.